Mark, start to finish, you couldn't really have asked more from your team today. That was a thoroughly professional performance.
But we were fantastic. I really enjoyed watching the team, the atmosphere, the fans bought into it. We ran, we played football, fought, everything you have to do to get 3 points, and that's 4 unbeaten for us now.
I mean, in terms of the possession side of it, were you surprised at how much you were able to control the play, particularly in that first half? Dagenham didn't really get out of their own half.
Not really. We've got some good footballers in the team. We played a little bit different today. We played with a back three. We played a box in midfield, 2 10s, 2 6s, and we've got really good technicians in there that can pick passes. And I thought first half we were outstanding, and should have been a couple ahead, I thought. And then the key is at half time, I said to the boys, how do we recreate that energy and that dominance? It's really difficult because the opposition have to react, which they did. But we weren't as fluent in the second half, but we showed a real physical, organisational side to us that managed to get the job done.
2 of your new boys combining as well for the goal in terms of James Plant crossing, Kieran McGuckin flicking in that header. You must have been incredibly proud of that because it was a great all-round team move.
Yeah, again, another really good bit of play, and we try and play. We want to play. But those 2 boys have come in and give us a real athleticism and the will to run in behind people, and they both can. Planty can run for days like Roadrunner, and he can play left, right, like I've said before. And Kieran looks like he's got a knack of scoring goals, led the line on his own, and you always judge a forward if you'd like to play against him. I wouldn't like to play against him.
No, you told me before the game he's a great utility player to have, James, but he quite literally played everywhere over the park today, didn't he?
Yeah, he's those are gold dust, and he can play in any position really well. He wants to nail down a position, and I think long term for him he will be a wide player, forward wide player, but he showed real quality today.
We should talk about him and also the other fullback position because Dom Bernard had to come on as well, so you must be quite happy with defensively. Actually, that didn't really change too much of the game. They stayed solid, and Raf obviously came on late on and didn't really change too much in terms of how the defence performed.
No, Dom came on and was fantastic, really steady. We know Dom, I've managed him for years, and he's just really steady, great personality. 7 out of 10, can rely on him. And then Raf came on the other side and had a couple of amazing runs down the left wing late on to make sure we kept the ball in the bottom corner.
In terms of the half-time decision to take Michael Smith off, I saw that he went in for a tackle and looked like he was feeling his ankle afterwards. Is there anything related to that, or what can you tell us?
No, he felt his hamstring a little bit tighten up and he wanted to carry on, but we have to take into account his age, and we didn't want him to be out for 6 weeks because he's so vital to us. So we made a precautionary decision that if you've got a player of Dom's quality on the bench, it doesn't make sense not to take any risks with Michael.
And also one thing we didn't touch on before the game was Aaron Jarvis not being in the matchday squad. Is he injured at the moment as well?
Concussed.
So
he's now working through the concussion protocol. He got a bang on his head last Saturday. So yeah, he's been out with concussion.
Can he return next week? I'm not sure. Is it 10 days altogether, isn't it?
We've got to see how he is.
Okay, fair enough. And in terms then of looking ahead, you've now got the FA Cup to turn your attention to for throughout qualifying round next weekend. Still not sure who you're going to get. For you as a club and you as a manager, how much do you look forward to these FA Cup moments?
I love it. I love the FA Cup. It's a different kind of feel. There's always that dream. And we have to dream as a club of our size. We have to dream of can we get to the third round and get Man United or Liverpool or Chelsea or Tottenham or Leeds United. These massive clubs, we have to dream, and then that's what we're gonna dream, that we can get through 3 rounds and pull a big one.
I'll take it you don't have a preference in terms of who you'd like to face in the next round because that's still not decided yet.
No, I mean I was on my way to get to the game on Tuesday and it was called off, and I'll go and watch on Tuesday. We have to prepare properly and respect the opposition we're going to play, and both really tough teams. One is a Southern League South and West team in Bishop's Cleeve who play on 3G, and the other is a competent Conference South team with some really good players. So whoever we get, we know it's going to be a challenge.
One more touch on today. How happy were you with the atmosphere at Huish Park? It felt like it was one which really got behind the team and could see that it was trying to push things forward.
Yeah, brilliant. That's how it should be every game. We have a group of players that try their socks off. They run, they scrap, they fight. Sometimes you don't play very well, but that happens to the best teams. And I think we need to deal with the fans that, as long as we give in everything we've got, they back us 1,000,000%. And the last few weeks, they've been brilliant. The fans, home and away.
Well, congratulations on 3 points.
Thank you very much.
Mark, just one from myself. With the squad depth you have, is it sort of you're getting into that period where obviously injuries have happened, they've come and gone, but you've also got suspensions that you will have to contend with at some point? Is it a fact that you've got that quality within the squad that you're able to sort of rotate and manage that a bit better?
Yeah, we've had a sticky period of late where we've not been able to fill the bench. Today we got some back, which meant we had to disappoint players not being on the bench. So hopefully next week we get Alex Whittle back. Harvey Greenslay's on the way back. He's training. So the more we've got available, the better, because it gives me more quality to choose from. With the cup competitions coming up as well, and suspensions, we're going to need them. But the difficulty is disappointing some really nice young men that they're not involved, and that's the hardest part for me. I don't like it one bit, but we have to try and make the right decisions. But down the track they will get their opportunities to play.
And certain records show that was your 100th game today. How does that rank? Is that sort of a vintage Mark Cooper performance? And do you have a preferred performance so far in your 100 games in charge?
The last one that gets 3 points for me, that one. I thought we were brilliant today. When I first came, I never ever thought I would see 100 games. I thought I'd be lucky. When the stewards came in, I was the first person they wanted rid of. That's fine. That's their gift. But I never ever thought I'd get to 100 games, and I'm really pleased I have. Really enjoyed it, apart from a short period where we were in turmoil. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's a fantastic club, and onwards and upwards.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.